Hard call him out for it. Interesting. Oh, it's a reset. Nasty. Oh, you could have. You convert those into a. He didn't BC, right? You convert those into a combo, I think. Something you have is gonna hit here, I think. You gotta, like, if they're just gonna, because what, like, you know, he's like hard calling you out, like, you're not gonna do the Raging Chain follow up, so I'm just not gonna BC. But you're in the corner, you can't do that. This is unsafe. But yeah, so the way it works, right, is with Raging Strike, if they get like that, the one where they get hit, but they're not like, it's not a counter hit, they're not like in hit stun, they just kind of like fall over like that, you're plus 15. If they have any amount of Brave points when you guard crush them, you're plus 8. If they had 0 points before you Raging struck them and they blocked it still, you get like the big red flash like that, you're then plus 15 again, right? But in this case, because Seika had 3 Brave points, where was this? It was at the end of this combo, right? He goes a little shoulder tackle here, bonk, reset, Raging Strike. Seika's got 3 Brave points. He has any amount of Brave points when this hits him, you're plus 8. So Far M's not going to work here because it's 10 frames, but I'm pretty sure Far L reaches. Maybe Uno's Far L is that small, but like, bro, I don't think so. I think your Far L reaches here. But you don't have the frame advantage to do Far M there, unfortunately. All right, folks, we are back doing a little bit more replay review. Got a Lucilius up first here, so that's interesting. This is, of course, you know, still, we're working through the backlog, I promise. We're getting there. But obviously, October, we're firmly in Versuja patch territory now, right? So this is the very big, strong Lucilius, for sure. I'm curious. So I've been getting back into Strive. I want to catch a stream sometime to fight it, because Strive's probably my most comfortable game. Oh, I mean, I'll be playing some Strive in like an hour, probably. Yeah, we're starting off with, oh man, I did not. What are these names, man? We got Rosetta Stamen against UL Armpit Job. Okay, cool. But yeah, Lucilius. Looking for general feedback on my general gameplay. I mean, it's, you know, again, that's usually what we like to do around here, is keep it relatively fundamental, relatively high, like high level as in zoomed out. Unless we're talking about like some master rank replays or something. But yeah, Rosetta's Stamen. This is a cool. I don't think I've ever seen like this like weapon set for Lucy. I'm not sure if this is. I don't think it's modded, but it looks cool. Whatever. Anyway, with replay review, as always, you know how it is. Any kind of like when you're looking at where to analyze if you're lost, right? Any kind of hits or any kind of times that you lose your turn is usually a good place to start, right? It'll give you a beginning to look at, because I mean, again, if you never get hit, you never lose your turn, you'll be just fine. You're gonna win every match you play. So minimizing those instances is important. And then we also talk about, you know, attacker defender as a level 1 way to analyze a matchup. And I mean, Lucilius, he's sort of the maybe I'm wrong. Like I feel like I don't see quite as many Lucys playing him this way, but it feels to me like this character should essentially be like the ultimate defensive character, right? Like, you know, if Ladiva is the aggressor in every single matchup, it feels like Lucilius is probably the defender in every single matchup, just because like his win condition, if he just gets to stay alive for long enough, is stronger than just about anything else in the game, right? Like Soulforge, Grimnir Seals, I don't even, like, whatever else you want, like, you know, even just like regular ass zoning, honestly. Like if Lucilius can get to Blade level 5, there's nothing that is competing with that. So the idea of, like, you know, he's always going to want to use his big buttons, use his projectiles, stuff like that, sort of keep you at bay, and only ever convert into being offensive when he finds that hit, I think. And of course, we're talking generally against Vera. Vera is a character that, you know, is going to want to run in and kill you anyway. So a more defensive playstyle here to begin with is certainly, that sounds right to me, but we'll see. Yeah. Oh, okay. Tessera in neutral you got to be careful about, because it is, if people know, it is pretty fake, right? You can just, like, if any of the Tesseras that aren't blue, basically, you just 6-6L on reaction, and it'll either hit the L and M Tessera straight up, or the H1 will whiff and will be plus enough to hit you out of it. So, why'd you get hit here? I looked away for a second. What happened? First off, yeah, Scar ending your combos in Iscariot. Obviously, it's good shit. Okay, just counter, yeah. Tried to run in and got counter hit. You both tried to do the same thing, but they got you a bit. It's fine. Nothing too crazy with that. Okay. Oh god. We'll delay mash. Ooh, fully intentional Raging Strike anti-air. Yeah, sure. I like it. Fishing for, I mean, so far, like, you're doing everything you can to get the Blade level 5, the boys level 5. That sounds good to me. That's about what I'd expect. And now you are, oh god, at boys level 5. That's good. You got 2-second cooldowns, massive damage, all that nonsense. Yep. Like, yeah, this is back already. What the fuck? Yeah, you do have, so far already, immediately, it feels like you do have to, this is a problem that I had, or that I currently have when I'm playing Eustace as well, right? But you do have to be, yeah, there you go. Be a little bit more, especially when you got, like, no cooldowns on your moves, right? Be a little bit more belligerent, trying to hold your space, right? Don't let the Vera just run in on you, because Vera has to do that. She doesn't have, like, she doesn't even have, like, a Tessera. She doesn't have a neutral skip outside of just, like, dashing at you, basically.
So don't be afraid to like stick out some buttons and make her a little uncomfortable just running at you straight up.
Command grab, obviously you gotta react, yeah.
But, you know, happens. Good 2 H's so far. You've been smacking her out of the air, all right? Air throw? What the fuck? UL armpit job as a Strive player? Confirmed.
Yeah, nice. Got kind of schmicks there on the Iblis. Sure, sure.
You've been good about the anti-airing so far, though. Honestly, I think it's the grounded space holding is what needs more work so far. Okay. That's the second time, I think. I mean, the first time it was a Raging Strike anti-air. Well, it's like, I mean, that was it's a little bit fake, to be real with you. But that was, you're jumping back in the corner a lot here, right?
Like, it's almost like, you're trying to, like, chicken block or something, but you can't air block a lot of shit in this game. Be around later, my phone's dying? Okay, see you, Avery.
Yeah, I'll be playing some Strive in like an hour if you're interested. Owie. Yeah, you can't air block like most of the shit in this game, right? So you gotta be careful about that. Like jumping up in the corner. That's what his air throw looks like? I guess, you know, this is ground throw, sure. I don't think I've ever actually seen a Lucy air throw anyone. Cool. Okay, sure. Nice check. Iscariots, why not? Yeah. I like to see a city guy sit there in 5U, forces them to approach you. And then once they start approaching you, you can start doing some funny. What's going on, Lack 2? I'm doing well. Yeah, starting a little bit earlier, just because, again, I got every other Monday, usually, unless something happens. I usually have some Pathfinder to play at like 8:30ish. So I try to start stream a little bit earlier, so I can get there on time for the fellas. Nice. Yeah, I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. Again, mainly the two things, I think, is, like, just playing defensive does not mean just standing there and doing nothing, right? You do have to actively, like, hold the space and make it difficult for them to approach. And then also, yeah, the jumping the corner maybe a little bit too much, but, I mean, it seems fine so far, for the most part. Obviously, you won that game. Let's see what happens as we go forward here. But no, like, big, giant, glaring warning flags, for sure, right? It's not like, oh, like, you're just like, not... You're, like, DPing on every single wake-up, or you're just, like, never doing X or Y and Z that you should be doing. It seems like more big picture stuff right now, mainly. Oh, really? Okay, Luminaire was out for a long time there. Yeah, sure. Again, good checks on this. Not just sitting there letting the Vera do what she wants on offense. Be a little bit careful, of course, but... Missed a 2H right there, it's fine. Happens, yeah. Yeah, maybe I guess you could, like... That is the second or third time you've gotten counter hit in the corner. Overall, I do like that you're checking her when as she's like running in, doing command grab stuff, but... Maybe a little bit, yeah, maybe a little bit impatient on some of these plus frames. Maybe. We'll see if it continues being an issue, but... Because, like, yeah, like, it's not like you're always mashing, right? Hello, Ophidian, how are you? Nice, I mean, the 2H's on the Grace View, very good. Oh, god, yeah. I think you tried to 2H right there, probably just a little bit too slow, right? 11 frame startups on most 2H's right there, so if you're... You know, if they were pretty close, you probably just got counter hit out of it. Oh, hey, a Super Relevant replay review. My character, rank, and a matchup I struggle with? You don't say. Ow. I do like the poking into Iscariot, of course. The classic. Honestly, some of these 2L interrupts that you're getting, you probably could get a little bit more off of, but I don't think that's the general issue here. Okay. You've been good about the 2H's, but honestly, this Vera is jumping so much, you need to have it even higher on your mental stack, I think. Because it makes sense, right? The only thing Vera can do to get in on you is jump, right? Yeah, see, now she's terrified. Again, be careful using Tessera in neutral, but this Vera is not a knower, so it's fine. Either they're not a knower or they just aren't reacting, but regardless. Okay. Again, reaction check miss there, but it's fine. It's a lot of damage on that DP, man. Holy shit, Blade level 5. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, no accounting for that, really. You could have tried to play around a little bit, but you're still fine. You have a brave point, too. This is like, and they're still on chip, like, you're actually still in a pretty decent spot here. That's one of those moments where, like, you know, just keeping your turn up is probably more worthwhile. You could have maybe gone for... Nice 2H. You could have maybe gone for, honestly, like, a chip situation there, if you wanted to be, like, really safe. Like, it's like, stay back and just keep throwing your fucking 2-second cooldown Iblises at them over and over. But, like, yeah, getting hit by the SSBA there is not that big of a deal. That's the, sort of the advantage that that giant lead brought you, is you don't have to care about that too much. Okay. I was gonna say 2H like a madman. Yeah, I mean, Vera can only run at you or jump at you, right? She has no, like, clever way to get in on Lucilius. So yeah, you have to be very much on the lookout for jumps like this. It's literally her only option, is to run at you or jump at you. So you need to shut both of those options down to the best of your ability. What up? I haven't missed mine, right? We still catching up? I am not sure, Clunk. We're on October, like, 13th. So depending on where yours is, maybe so, maybe not.
mean, getting caught by command grab a little bit here, and of course, I mean, yeah, just react is not really advice, but it is pretty important to have high on your mental stack against Vera, for sure. Because install Vera is much scarier than she used to be, and the gap between install Vera and installless Vera is, for example, installless Vera is not doing that to you, right? The gap between install Vera and installless Vera is also much bigger, ever since the Versuja patch, so getting her, at least, like, forcing her to spend 100 meter on the install is something, right? That Vera player name? Yeah. I'm doing well, Clunk. Hope you're doing well as well. Yeah, it's UL Armpit Job and Rosetta's Stamen, which honestly I think is, like, you know, that one's not exactly, he's not clean either, okay? He's just a little bit more subtle about it, is all. I've got some, we'll go over it at the end, but working on Master, nice. I've got some ideas here, but I'm just gonna watch the full thing through here before we sort of summarize, I think. Okay, sure. Every now and then going on the offensive isn't a bad idea. It's like a mix-up. Yeah. Ow. Okay, nice. Can you end this in Iscariot? Oh, I guess it was on cooldown. Never mind, yeah. Command grab, sure. Like we were talking about, right, with the mental stack. Like, let other things go as long as you stop command grab. Have it very high priority. Yeah. You block in time to... You don't. You have recovery, right? Yeah. Yeah, again, Tessera and neutral. Even outside of supers is not really that good of an idea. I would be careful. It's a habit you will eventually start getting punished for a lot more. Using it, like, when someone puts a projectile down, like, you know, she summons Luminaria, you Tessera her, sure, that's great. But if she's just sitting there in neutral, it's not the best idea. Yep. Post-throw tech situation is very nice for Lucy, right? Because you have some very big, very fast buttons, so when you're even like that and spaced out, it's a great situation for you overall, usually. Nice, caught her on the Iblis. Tessera, sure. Oh, it's unfortunate. Put yourself in the corner there, accidentally. This is -1? You don't know. Okay. Yeah, the EX Scarlet Oath right there is -1 on block. Maybe you're trying to bait DP, which is fair, but like, taking your turn back is probably more important. Yeah, EX Scarlet Oath is -1 on block, so if she does that and you're a character with a 5-frame light, go to town. It's your turn. Honestly, even with a 6-frame light, like, you'll at least, you know, you'll clash. Ow, nice. Tessera, sure. I wonder if she could have maybe gotten a little bit more damage off that combo instead of ending with Tessera. Like, I understand that Blade Level's our guy, we want him, but I wonder if you could have maybe, could you have, like, I don't think you could have killed with that, maybe? Like, sometimes it might be better to go, well, you know, I don't need Blade Level 5 if you're just dead, but I'm not sure exactly if Lucy's got the horses for the kill there mid-screen. With 100 meter. Some Axion control, some Blade Level 4, because you're still getting damage buffs as you're going up in Blade Level, right? They're just not as big as Blade Level 5. Can throw her, too. Is she in throw? I thought she was... I'm pretty sure she's outside of throw range, Ophidia. I might be wrong. I believe it leaves her outside of throw range. If the Vera tries to walk up, sure. She can't throw you, for sure, because you're in post-block stun throw immunity, but... Okay, I mean, yeah, so, I mean, obviously, nothing too crazy in here, right? I think there's a couple of little things and then a sort of, like, overall, like, mindset change, I think, that might help. And I think it's not a big change at all, it's just... So one, like Dunk mentioned, right, Tessera in neutral is just not a good idea, probably. People are probably not going to, Ace and Dipper can put Vera in throw range, depends on spacing, I suppose? Oh, okay. I feel like when I tested, usually she's not, but maybe there is a spacing where she is. I can see that. But yeah, so... Tessera at neutral, you're not going to get punished for it right now very much, but it is just like people who know the matchup against Lucilius are going to at least sometimes react to that 6XL and just kill you for playing neutral, for trying to do your special move, right? Because again, you either, the L and the M1 just get hit straight up by 6XL, and then the H1 whiffs, and you're like -9 or something, so most characters can far M you into some nonsense. So be careful about that. The other sort of general thing is, you jump when you're in the corner a lot, right? And, like, a lot of the shit in this game is air unblockable. So, like, there's a concept in a lot of games where you can air block a lot of stuff, where you can, like, chicken block, right? You can just kind of, like, hold up back and try to go up in the air, and then you can't get hit by a lot of stuff, and also if they hit you with anything else, you air block it. Not really the case here. It's not quite as bad as, like, Street Fighter or something, where you literally just can't block in the air at all, but jumping back in the corner is not really a great defensive option in Granblue. You can very much eat, like, the Vera didn't even hit you with one of these straight up, but you can, like, you know, close H starter or 2H starter or something into, like, some of the most damage characters can be done off those anti-airs if you're right in the corner in their face like that. So I probably recommend not doing that as much. It was, let me find an example of when this happened, I guess. It was one time early on where he got, like, raging striked. This is not, it's not the exact example, but, was it here? Maybe? I forget. Yes, yeah, I mean, that's a good example too, right? Yeah, jumping back in the corner like that's not a great idea. But then the overall thing, I think, is just, it's a matter of just conceptualizing the matchup in your head and what that means, right? Like understanding what the general notes of the matchup are. Just not even in like really specific interactions of your tools and her tools. Just like what your character's game plans are and what that means about how you should play the matchup. Hello Pablo, how's it going? And I think again, I think you have a good idea of this. You clearly were playing defensively. Like I think you understood that it was Vera's job to get in on you, not vice versa, right? And as Lucilius, that's gonna be the case pretty much all the time. Like even pure zoners can't really zone you too hard because Tessera is actually really good against them, right? Tessera is kind of fake unless used as an anti-projectile option, then it's amazing, right? So pretty much everyone in the game has to approach you. So like having that mindset is right, but I think the way you went about playing defensively is a little too passive. I said this already, but I'm just gonna restate it to like summarize everything at the end here. Playing defense is not sitting there and just like not running at them. It can be that, it can just be like sitting still for a little bit, just like, maybe they're like, okay, well, if they're not going to do something, if you're not going to come to me, I'll come to you. But a lot of it is controlling that space and holding that space, right? I saw the VOD for the replay review online today. Thanks for the review. Thanks. I hope it was useful. Oh, video. Is that long ago? It's the one that went up today is like from like the 3rd of November or something, I think. Backlog's real big on the YouTube side of things on the VOD watcher side. Too much DP, happens. But yeah, so it involves a lot of holding the space and making it feel like it is perilous for them to approach. Because the situation you want them to get to, right? Like I always like to think of it as like, what is the ideal mental state I want to put my opponent in? And then like work back from that end goal and how do I get there, right? The situation you want your opponent to be in is you want them to think, well, I have to get in on Lucy, because if I don't, he gets to Blade level 5 and kills me. But I can't get in on Lucy, because whenever I try, he far M's me into Iscariot, and I just gave him more Blade level, or he anti-airs all my jumps, or he's sticking out all these buttons and fireballs and shit, and I can't just run at him because he keeps sticking out all these buttons and killing me, and I can't just jump at him because he keeps answering me and killing me, right? And you want your opponent to have that hesitation, that well, I know I have to do this, but I don't know how to do this. Working back from that, how do I do that, right? And the one thing, for example, is, again, with Vera, Vera is a very nice, simple character to talk about this with, because Vera really doesn't have very much she can do at all besides run at you or jump at you, right? So she really simplifies this defensive playstyle down really well. With Vera, you anti-air her jumps, and when you're in that very far range, you fireball, sure. When you're in that sort of more middle range, you have some of the best buttons in the entire game, man. Like your far L is probably the best far L in the entire game. Your far M is probably the best far M in the entire game, as far as just like range and for far M speed as well, right? They're crazy buttons. So in that like more middle range, you just like sit there and you stick out these buttons, you anti-air their jumps, and you let them come to you. Every now and then you could round start jump at them like you did near to the end of the set, I think. I can't remember exactly when. Like you round start jumped in at them. That's great, yeah, because another important part of playing defensive is not getting too predictable, right? Like if you're playing defensive most of the time, and then sometimes you play like a madman and hop at them and you're trying to kill them, they're not going to be ready for that because they've been adapting to your like defensive tempo the whole time. But that should be more of a side thing. And you did that great. That was not the problem at all. The problem I think is when you're playing defensive a little bit too often, you're just kind of standing there and waiting to see what the Vera will do, and then not really doing too much about it. Like there's a lot of anti-airs, for example, that you missed, things like this, right? A lot of times where the Vera just ran up to you from full screen, and it happens. It's gonna happen. But you have to like really, really focus on just holding that space, I think, because I don't think you were doing quite an active enough job of that. Because you can play reactively, but if you are not, it's a lot harder to react to what your opponent is doing if you have not mentally limited their options. Right? Like if you're sticking out buttons and fireballs and shit all the time and you've made the ground lava, like they just can't run at you because you're gonna kill them, then they're much more likely to want to jump. Right? Or much more likely to want to like roll through a fireball or something. And like you've conditioned them to the point where now you can be more confident that they will pick one option or another. You can move it higher on your mental stack, and then from there you'll be much more likely to react to that jump and actually 2H them. Because you actually were fine with the 2Hs. I think you just didn't there were a lot that you missed as the set went on though. And the final little thing is just with Vera again, specific stuff is the H Scarlet Oath, the H Stun Dipper right there is -1. Take your turn back, and with Command Grab, I know it's like just react is not really that useful, but really like you have to just react in the sense of like let Vera to an extent, let Vera get away with some shit, let her steal back some turns with like a M Scarlet Oath or something, right? But just don't let her Command Grab you, right? Like deprioritize other stuff on Vera as long as she's not Command Grabbing you. Because the Command Grab is just such a big reward for her. It saves her 100 meter, and it makes her like 3 times as good. Install Vera is way better than non-install Vera, especially this patch. Just like we're talking about how your main focus should be like these anti-airs and holding space, when she's pressuring you, the like #1 focus should be don't get Command Grabbed. If she like slips some other stuff by you, honestly, that's okay. Obviously, if they're doing too much of it, then sure, that's where fighting games get complicated, but yeah. But yeah, I mean, overall, I mean, you won this set. Was not that bad, right? I think these are like sort of more higher level, like zoomed out concepts and like a little bit of matchup stuff. But I think you played that pretty well overall. All right, so now for something completely different. Well, actually, yeah, now for something completely different. We've got John Granblue on the Uno here against Seika on the Zeta, and I'm getting ads. So hey, save me. Okay, let me get to the video. I can skip in 4 seconds, guys. It's fine. Just believe. There you go. All right, so this is Uno versus Zeta, and John Granblue is on the Zeta. This is the high-level replay channel as well, by the way. Shout out, I suppose. I got the guy who runs it. He answers some of the comments and stuff I've seen. He seems like a cool guy. But yeah, so this is Master Rank gameplay. Well, I mean, Seika may or may not be Grandmaster in this as well. The spectator bug is weird sometimes. But point being, this is high-level gameplay, as the title and thumbnail suggest, right? So we're gonna be a little bit more picky about this kind of stuff, right? This is a weird. These are 2 weird characters. I'm not gonna lie to you, right? In the sense that, again, we talk about, for example, who's the attacker, who's the defender here. It's probably Uno is the defender, right? Uno is, but these characters are both kind of weird in the sense that, I mean, Zeta is definitely gonna have to, if you play your cards right, Zeta's gonna have to try and approach you, right? But both these characters have like such strong defensive options, right? In Rhapsody and Uno parry and Uno 5U and stuff like that. Rhapsody being Zeta's like weird armor stance sort of parry thing. And then also Uno, like both of them are, Uno definitely much more so, but Uno is very like, Uno is one of the more all-rounder characters in the entire game that isn't, I was gonna say isn't just a Shoto, but honestly a lot of the Shotos can't zone like him, for example. So like he really is like one of the most all-round characters in the whole game, right? This character is slow, but otherwise he can zone better than almost anyone. He has pretty decent mid-range, his buttons are big if a little bit slow, and he's got really scary pressure up close in your face too. Uno really can do whatever the fuck you want. And it almost makes it a little bit more complicated because at that point it feels like you have to sort of tailor it based on how your opponent is playing. Yes, probably Uno is going to skew a little bit more defensive most of the time, like play defensive, find the hit, and then run your offense, like every defensive character is going to do. But you really can play like a more aggressive, like get in your face, kill you Uno if you want. So it's going to kind of depend on how aggressive Seika is being. If Seika is being super defensive, you know, then maybe maybe you can definitely out defensive Zeta. Zeta's not going to outzone Uno, right? But if he's making it really hard for you to just sit there and throw projectiles, maybe you have to run up there and scrap him. It's a little. This is one of the more difficult questions to answer insofar as who should be, you know, whose job is it to get in this matchup, right? Zeta is obviously not a zoner, but Zeta has some pretty decent mid-range. She has a fine fireball for sure. And if she builds up enough meter, with 50 meter, Zeta is a zoner. Because with 50 meter, she's like, you know, she's got an answer. She can play very reactive, right? She can play very reactive with the Arbesses and kill you if you do anything. So okay, this is a weird one. Like, yeah, like, you know, he's starting off relatively aggressive here, and I don't mind this at all, right? And, I didn't, okay, far H, yeah. So, Zeta parry, this is not really a Zeta, like, counterplay video, but Zeta parry is a move that I think a lot of people struggle with. They don't really know, like, it is very strong, don't get me wrong, but I think a lot of people don't really understand some of the weaknesses of this parry, so I'm just gonna go over them very quickly at the beginning here. One of them is that, like you saw right there, for example, it doesn't lose to multi-hits, but the Zeta player manually picks when the parry triggers, right? So there can be some weird situations there where, like, and, like, once the follow-up is happening, they no longer have their armor, right? So I'm pretty sure, actually, no, I think actually what happened there is not, what happened here I think actually was that it waited it out, yeah, because it was punish, not counter. Yeah, so I think what happened here is that actually, like, genuinely, far H is slow enough, right? That, like, by the time that the second hit of far H came through here, yeah, because he waited for a little bit and then it ended. So yeah, 1, there is recovery on this thing. But 2, also, there can be weird situations where, like, he tried to spot dodge there. You can do that too, right? You can spot dodge the follow-ups. But yeah, because the Zeta player has to pick when they do the follow-up, there can be a lot of weird instances where you hit them in between where they actually armor you and when they follow up. Or, for example, yeah, if you hit late enough, you can straight up just punish him before they can hit the follow-up, because it's not automatic, right? Anyways, the other really, really big thing is that outside of her H or UDP, Zeta does not have a cooldownless parry that parries everything. I believe I always get which one of these is which input mixed up, but it doesn't really matter. One of them blocks everything but lows, and one of them only parries lows. And I can't remember if it's, I think the M one is the one that only parries lows, but unless you're playing Zeta, it doesn't matter. The point is, using a lot of lows in your offense against Zeta is a good way to make it so she has to be forced to spend the H Rhapsody, so that it'll at least be on cooldown then. Because if you don't do that, Zetas do this, right? Where like it goes round star parry into land the next pressure opportunity parry. There's gonna be M is only lows, thank you. So yeah, M is only lows, L is everything but lows. Like Loane's, yeah. I mean, Loane's parry has its own problems too, for sure. But yeah, so if you don't use a lot of lows, they go parry, 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 parry. Like on every single offensive opportunity, they're gonna parry. Because why wouldn't they? Because it's a very strong tool, and you give them no reason not to spam it. If you commit to using a lot of lows, you kind of force it, because if they don't want to use M, because M only blocks lows, which is really shit, right? Like, there's a lot of stuff that's going to go right through that M parry. So at that point, you kind of force them to use H, and then they can't just use it that often, right? They can't just, like, spam it over and over, because it's on cooldown. I think I missed a Strive stream? No, we're gonna get started in, like, an hour here with Strive. I started an hour earlier today, yeah, but we're gonna get Strive going in, like, 30 minutes, probably? 40 minutes? 50 minutes? Something like that? But yeah, just real quick, I just wanted to get the couple of things about Zeta's parry out of the way there, just because it is a very strong move, but I also find people are letting... They let Zeta get away with a little bit too much there. Okay, sure. Caught him trying to jump out. I mean, it's good so far, certainly. Ow, ow, ow. I like the empty jump, nothing there. Yeah, trying to bait. Seika preemptively brave countering right there. It's definitely a big problem that I have too. But Seika actually, doing it as well. Good empty jump, nothing by Mr. John there. How do you play defense? You wake up parry? No. Ooh, backdash, interesting. Trying to call out a throw there, I suppose. Fine. 2U, I guess it's a frame kill. Interesting. Sure, sure. Fine so far. Nice. Oh, okay. Could have gotten... Definitely, she is, like, gonna be really minus here when she lands, right? Like, off this third one. Like, she was going downward, too. So you probably could have just, like, waited for her to land and gotten a better punish, but... It's not that big of a deal, but again, it's kind of stuff you're gonna, like, start nitpicking in like, Master and Grandmaster you might not care about otherwise. Nice interrupt on Uno's 214H there from Seika. That's not easy. Perfect time to join. I gain info on Seika to beat him, so true. A little skeleton, a little pancake. I'm doing well. Hope you're doing well as well. What happened here exactly? Oh yeah, right, yeah. Good interrupt on the 214 there. That's a scary ass throwbait, man. Good close L from Seika there. Oh, okay, I mean, right away, too. This is, this is, oh god, what is this? This minus 8? Minus 8? Minus 9? Oh, I gotta check, I don't want to spread misinformation on the internet, but that's punishable. I'm quite certain you could have punished that right there. It's this thing? Yeah, minus 9, right? The Uno's got a button for that, surely, right? I know Uno's buttons are kind of slow, so, like, maybe? Does Uno not have a button for that? Because his far L is a little bit stubby, no? Ooh, wait, does Uno not have a button for this? Yeah, no, he doesn't. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, far M is 10. Yeah, this is the problem with Uno. He's got some nice buttons, but they are slow, right? Because his far L is kind of, it's a little bit stubby, right? Do you have, like, a 2U? Yeah, no, 10. Yeah, never mind. 2M? What is 2M? Good question. 2M is 11. Yeah, never mind. Okay, my bad. Never mind. I mean... Good to point out I don't think far L reaches from here, right? I don't think so. Uno's far L is like a decent little poke? I don't believe so, though. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Okay, never mind. John Granblue, he knows his stuff. Let me not get too ahead of myself. But so that is punishable. Just not for Uno, unfortunately. What happened here? Oh, you tried to, yeah, you just got caught far Hing into the U skill there, unfortunately. Sure. Nice brave counterbait there, and it's a little bit rough. Oh, wow. Jump back dive kick. I like it. Calling him out. Obviously, that loses if he does, like, run up medium, like, run up mid or something, right? But it calls it the low, gets the counter hit, gets the kill. Good shit. Not really, I mean, you're trying to anti-air with parry there, but I feel like you're not really, Seika is going airborne a lot. Like, there he didn't even have the threat of dive kick, right? You just kind of let him go. You could be punishing some of these Zeta parries, too, right? Like, there is recovery on that shit. There you go, like that. Exactly.
He got there. He got there. He gets there. He gets there. Yeah, good parry. I mean, Uno's parry's really good, man. You gotta spam that shit. Why not? Ow. Sure. Yeah, good job, by the way. Not I make this mistake a lot. Just a quick. John obviously knows this, but just a quick call out for everyone else. This right here, Zeta can very easily do this into Rhapsody, and they can, if you brave counter this jump in, you like fucking die, right? You lose a brave point, and they get a full combo. You're to the corner too. So like not brave countering here is a very good idea, right? Because Zeta can immediately Rhapsody after that and like murder you for brave countering. Rhapsody is a very nice brave counter bait. You could have, I know this is like a little bit weird, right? But Uno, you can 5U in the air here, right? I guess they did the knee too late. Like honestly, yeah, like you're probably just gonna try and empty jump and throw them or something. But you can like the 5U does cancel as soon as you land, right? Is there any reason not to 5U in the air here? That's kind of the, because as soon as you land, it'll cancel. You can throw again, and if they try and do any sort of nonsense to you, you 5U and you parry them, right? I believe anyway. Uno's air 5U, I believe, can parry grounded moves. I've tried to 2H his ass and died before. So I think you could have 5U'd here to prevent this fate, but if that's some Uno specifics that I don't know about, then my apologies. Maybe Hardware the Seiko wouldn't try to do anything to bait parry, but even still though, like if he 5U's, I think he instantly lands, recovers, and can throw, right? Like if he wants to like empty jump throw the parry. Dad's home early today. Yeah, I got some Pathfinder at 8:30, so I'm going a little bit earlier. But yeah, if he jumps and 5U's, as soon as he lands, he can throw anyway, right? The move should auto cancel. You don't get extra recovery added to your landing, like SF6 or something. Land recover on Uno JU isn't instant? Oh, okay. If I feel like when Unos have done that to me to bait my 2H before, and it fucking feels instant. But maybe not. If it's not, then again, yeah, if there's some Uno technicals here that I'm not fully sure about, I'm sure John Graham Blue is more familiar than I am with the details, but don't quote me on that. I have punished with close H plenty of times. Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, it was just a hard read and you guessed wrong. That's fine. You can 2H this, no? Like this little knee rise here. If you react to this in time, I'm pretty sure like everyone can 2H this thing, because her hurt box is still relatively extended while she's rising like that. Like, I mean, I don't know exactly what like the details of the details of the hitbox on Uno 2H, but I'm pretty sure her hurt box is extended behind her quite far there. Reviewing John or Seika? John. So I believe you could have anti-aired that knee rise right there. Because otherwise, yeah, if Zeta just gets the pogo on your head like that, it gets real bad real fast. Yeah, that's the problem with Uno. His parry is very good, but it is counter hit recovery between the parry and the little shoulder bop, right? Good jump back dive kick. Backwards mega fist looking ass. It feels really inconsistent to me. Sometimes I get the 2H and sometimes I get hit. I feel like I've only felt like I've gotten hit when I'm slow. But maybe it's just maybe I'm sometimes saying like I'm too slow, but it was actually impossible. Who knows? It's a good idea to attempt though. Because if she has pogos on your head like that, you're probably gonna get hit anyway, right? Also, is this the brave counter thing I was talking about earlier? I mean, kind of, yeah. Rhapsody, it's risky, but it is like, yeah, Rhapsody is a very nice brave counter bait for sure. One of the strong things about Zeta, she has access to a very good brave counter bait in Rhapsody like that. Okay, sure. Never BC Zeta in the corner. I mean, you have to sometimes, but it is scary, right? That's the problem. That's the thing about good brave counter baits. They're good because you have to go into them sometimes. Like brave counter is important. And Zeta's pressure is so overwhelming. Like for example, like one of the scary I was talking about right, like this situation, oh god. Right here? Yeah, this situation right here, right? Where Zeta lands with an aerial like that, and then if you brave counter her, she'll parry. The problem is, if you don't brave counter this, you're gonna get fuzzied. And Uno's short, but I'm pretty sure, I'm actually not certain. I'm pretty sure Zeta can fuzzy this guy too. I'm pretty sure Zeta's fuzzy works on the whole cast. I might be wrong. I might be wrong on that. But if you don't brave counter there, you're gonna get fuzzied, right? If she's doing auto combo, there's no reason to BC, yeah. But if you do brave counter that, you could get Rhapsody and killed. Zeta can fuzzy everyone? Yeah, that's okay. That's what I thought, yeah. So like this situation here is terrifying, right? It's not the one where, yeah, you're right, Tubby. If he's auto comboing, it's probably not a great idea, but like this right here is like if you, it has 16 frames of recovery upon landing. Okay, guys. So yeah, that's why it was a hard read. My bad. Yeah, John was doing a hard read. He's gonna do nothing. That's fair. He was just wrong on the reads. But yeah, if you don't brave counter this, you might get fuzzied. And if you do brave counter this, you might get baited. Zeta is horrifying, right? This character is very, very, very scary and very, very strong. But anyway, on to, this is, yeah, this game right here. Round start far H crosses your shit. Sure.
Yeah, we saw this bit already. Uno is relatively vulnerable to Brave counter on his specials right there. To you. I like the lows, right? Using some of those, like, you saw the low, in case you didn't believe me earlier, the low, like, beats the parry clean here, right? Like, Zeta is very much in her parry and gets slowed out of it. Because she does not have an option that beats everything outside of that one and the U one. But she spends either a resource or a cooldown on that, at least. Oh, she's gotta be dead there, no? Listen, I know Una? I know Uno is slow, but like, you can far M her for this, right? Like, you could far M her for that, I think. Am I really underestimating? This thing is pretty minus on block, no? No way. No, this shit is not -7. I don't think Dustloop's right on this. I think this might be pre-patch. This feels way more punishable than that. I mean, if you can't punish there, then like fair game, but like she's not actionable this whole time, right? Zeta did J2 to you a few minutes ago and it's very minus if it's your head on block. It's from -7 to -15 and it has to be more. Yeah, I mean, I think it's -7 if they go literally like dive kick, hit you at the bottom of, like, hit you in your toes, right? But like this is not -7, I don't think. If it hits you like literally at the bottom of your feet, maybe. I have to imagine this is far M-able though. At the very least, you far M to try and like take your turn back, and if it punishes, it punishes. Far H is too slow though. Far H is never gonna punish that. Uno far H is like 23 frames. It's reactable, damn near, if you're like really on the ball. Like -11 or -12, yeah. I think that was far M-able, I think. Oh, okay, interesting. Bigger dive kick, better person. Run up 5U, madman. You're trying to, I mean, the far H round last time, round start, sure, why not? Yeah, there you go. I see that landing recovery, so true. Nice. Hit your ass low as well. Does Uno's parry have the same thing? I just realized, I don't think I knew this. Oh no, I think he was starting up the shoulder tackle? I thought Uno's parry did not have the same low weakness, does it? If it did, I straight up didn't know. I think you just got hit in between the parry and the shoulder tackle, though, is what happens. Okay. Okay. Oh, God. Yeah. Empty pogo in. The 2U worked last time, right? Because of the parry, but it is a risky option. Is it your only low? There's no way, right? Oh, I tried to jump out and got caught, yeah. That's not your only, like, low, right? Right? There's no way? Let's go back to Uno real quick, just because, unfortunately, some of the detail, the more, like, fine details on Uno's moves, I don't know off the top of my head, but, like, no, mids? I mean, that's wow, yeah, that is his biggest low that he can use from there, yeah. It seems, it seems kind of tough to try and, poke your way out on this defense as Uno. Not having a nice big low is hard. He has 6-6M. Oh, right, yeah. So true. But I mean, that's, at that point, I mean, I guess that's safer than 2U, kind of, but yeah, it's not an ideal one either. Yeah, I don't know, that's the, I was hoping his 2M was a low or something, but no. Okay, sure. Oh, God. Yeah. Caught you with the counter hit close H there, sure. Oh, that's terrifying. Good guess, though. Good guess. Side swap? Okay, hold on. Nice. Gets the link, too. He's got those. Hello, Brick. Hello, Rain, if you're watching. What's going on? Faram, how's it going? Quick little 40-hit combo. No big deal. MBD, even. Nice conversion. Nice. Didn't actually do the empty jump there to try and, because last time you punished them for the Brave counter, right? I feel like you should at least, I know you can't punish there, I feel like you should at least take your turn back though, right? Like, even if you can't, like, your far M can't punish that, but, you know, she's -10 or -9, it's a 10-frame button, you could at least, like, far M them to get some pressure going. This time, you jumped and you dive kicks and it works, but I think last time you had the idea, like, you just kind of sat there and took it, right? YouTube stream too, nice. This doesn't drain my battery as badly as the Twitch app does, really? I did not realize that was a thing. We chill, nice to hear it, Faram, nice to hear it. Yeah, the link, the spinning spear into 6XL is, I think, it's a 4-frame link, it's a 1-frame link, but it's Grand Blue, so you have the 3-frame buffer window, right? So it's a 4-frame link, is my understanding. He dive cooked, it's so true. Nice. Oh! I wonder if he should have spot dodged there, maybe. Hard to say. Perfect 6XL, perfect 6XL is 9 frames, right? 1 button dash, 8-frame startup on 6XL, but it is tough. I mean, at the very least, again, though, doing it just to get your turn back isn't a bad idea, to get some plus frames. Because, yeah, that time he jumped and he dive kicked. The other time he just kind of sit there and take it, I think. He just kind of down-backed. Okay, sure. Nice empty jump throw. That's what you were trying to do last time. But he actually need you last second. I mean, this seems... I feel like you know your Zeta pretty well, right? Like, so far, I'm not seeing any, like, you know... At this point, it is going to come down to matchups, right? Like, at this point, John Granblue does not need any notes on, like, fundamentals or, like, how to play Uno. It's going to come down to, like, how are you fighting Zeta as Uno? And, I mean, it seems fine. You are getting hard called out on some of these parries, but, I mean, it's going to happen sometimes. Every Uno player uses parry like a madman because it's a good move. Oh, nice. Yeah, I mean, that's something that now you have done once and Seika has done once. And listen, man, I do this shit all the time too. But preemptive brave counter, right? I mean, that's definitely the one, like, fundamental thing that I find a lot of good players still really fuck up. Is that, like, yeah, like, this is just not a good idea. It loses, I understand, you don't want to block that shit. I don't want to block that shit either. But it loses to so much stuff, right? It loses to, like, fake meaties like that. It loses to empty jumps. You did it earlier. You baited it out earlier, right? It loses to, like, delay buttons. Like, it is, brave counter is so good that so many, like, good players have just gotten too used to it and just, you know, and yeah, preemptively, like, you have to brave counter on reaction, something you know is safe brave counter, or on reaction, something that might not be safe, but you're doing it as like, you know, like, I don't think you're going to bait me here, but you can't do it expecting a hits to come in. That's just going to get you killed more often than it's not. Nice parry to avoid the chip. Very well done, but yeah, good jump back, URVS. It's a tough spot there, right? The reason you lost that round is the preemptive brave counter, not that you died on chip. Once you're on chip, this game is horrifying. Nice, sure. You can spot dodge Uno far H, but you're trying to do spiral spear every time after that. I guess you're trying to hit them, like, in the follow-up, but I wonder if a spot dodge would serve you better there. I'm actually not certain. I feel like it'll be a fine thing to test, though, maybe. Oh, nice, yeah. So far, you've been doing a good job of not just 6XLing at Zeta too much, because that is a fully non-cancelable normal, and that just will get you stuck in Rhapsody. You tried it right there, and it didn't work out too well. Yeah, you jump every time after that. Interesting. I do think, like, representing a little bit of a different option, like trying to take your turn back in a different way might be a good idea. I mean, Seika has yet to kill you for it, so I guess keep doing it. Parry the parry, surely? You could do that too, yeah. Though, with the knee rise, they might just fly over you and kill you. Nice. I mean, overall, it looks pretty clean right now, right? You just wanted us to watch him win his set versus Seika? Is that what he's doing? Nice. Good timing on these far H's. You could be doing that more often, for sure, but, like, you do have the timing to get that parry punish. Very well done. Hard call him out for it. Interesting. Oh, it's a reset. Nasty. Oh, you could have... You convert those into a... He didn't BC, right? You convert those into a combo, I think. Yo, Avacry. Thank you for the raids. Hello, hello. What's cute little... Oh, look at this little raid emote. Oh my god, it's so cute. Wait, look at the little raid emote. It's so cute. I love him. What's going on, fellas? Outside of far M range? Dude, far L has got to convert that, right? Yeah, like he's so close right there. Like, you're right, yes, because you're only +8 right here, right? If they don't do anything. But, like, far L hits here, I think. Certainly, right? Yeah, thanks for the raid, Avacry. Yeah, I love your little raid emote. Oh, yeah, and is he in proximity normal distance? He might be. Regardless, I mean, something you have is gonna hit here, I think. You gotta, like, if they're just gonna... Because what, like, you know, he's like, hard calling you out, like, you're not gonna do the Raging Chain follow-up, so I'm just not gonna BC. But you're in the corner, you can't do that. This is unsafe. He did try to... Oh, he did get far M, yeah, he did try it, right? He got far M, so he's not in close M distance. But I do think far L hits here, right? So the way this works is, if people, like, get hit by the Raging Strike and get crumpled like that, you're +15. If they have any amount of brave points when you guard crush them with Raging Strike, because there's 2 kinds of Raging Strike hits, right? Well, there's 3, I guess. There's the ones where they're, like, in hit stun and you straight up knock them up, right? There's the ones where they aren't blocking and aren't in hit stun, and they just kind of, like, sit down. Khalil, thank you for the raid as well. What the fuck? Back-to-back raids. Hello, raiders. How's it going? Doing some replay review. Avacry raided me, like a minute ago, too. Hello, hello. How's it going? Doing some master rank replay review right now. Hope you had a good stream, man. But yeah, so the way it works, right, is with Raging Strike, if they get like that, the one where they get hit, but they're not like, it's not a counter hit, they're not like in hit stun, they just kind of like fall over like that, you're plus 15. If they have any amount of Brave points when you guard crush them, you're plus 8. If they had 0 points before you Raging Struck them and they blocked it still, you get like the big red flash like that, you're then plus 15 again, right? But in this case, because Seika had 3 Brave points, where was this? It was at the end of this combo, right? He goes a little shoulder tackle here, bonk, reset, Raging Strike. Seika's got 3 Brave points. He has any amount of Brave points when this hits him, you're plus 8. So Far M's not going to work here because it's 10 frames, but I'm pretty sure Far L reaches. Maybe Uno's Far L is that small, but like, bro, I don't think so. I think your Far L reaches here. But you don't have the frame advantage to do Far M there, unfortunately. That's my Lucy review. Thanks for looking at it. Sorry if I wasn't here for the live. No worries, man. I hope you can take a look at the VOD at some point and get some value out of it. It was pretty good overall. Like I mostly had like, you know, big picture notes for you. Hello, second raters. Yes, indeed. Okay. This jump back in the corner stuff is spooky, but like Uno can do it a little better because he's got the threat of dive kick. But Seika is not yet. He really could like 2H you and kind of send you to hell. Even if you do 214H, it should lose to 2H if he does it fast enough, right? I think he's respecting your jump back a little bit too much. I also replay review for you, but that's to say more that like your jump backs there are probably not as safe as they're seeming here. Seika's just not quite punishing you for them. She can do that too, though. Yeah, she can do that too for sure. It does a lot less damage than it used to. That's what it's always so funny. Like Zeta's crazy strong. Don't get me wrong, but that does so much less damage than it used to. And it's so funny to see every time. Oh man, yeah. That's the second time that's happened, right? This is you got to be careful, right? I mean, you're auto comboing. Zeta is auto comboing, and you BC her. This is the second time you died to this. Was it like 2 games ago too? 1, 2, yeah. Probably with characters that have like such scary BCs, BC baits like Zeta. Probably a safer idea is to just like only Brave counter them when like they're doing non-cancelable shit for the most part. Especially when they've shown you a propensity to Brave counter you, like to bait you in that exact situation. I mean, it's hard to say, right? Like it is at the end of the day, you took a risk and it didn't work out, but it might just be safer to hold that shit unless they like 6XL or do something like that. You know, something that's not cancelable. That's pretty safe for Zeta too. It's like you can definitely get murdered for it for sure if you're like quick on the draw. But it's like a spot dodge where like, you know, you might not react to their spot dodge and then bad things happen to you, right? But it's way higher reward on hit, right? Yeah, I wouldn't call it safe per se, but with the fact that you can also do like if you don't swing into the Brave counter, you can maybe like do some follow-ups, right? Like it's a strong BC bait for sure, right? It's a strong BC bait. Because like you don't have to hit the Rhapsody for her to actually do the follow-ups, right? So if the Zeta is really on point, they notice you don't follow up, they can just like end in some sort of like vaguely safe-ish ender for them there. If you time it right, you can just punish them. But again, it's a little bit more finicky than just like punishing a spot dodge or something. Ooh, missed the link. Yeah, tough link. Even the master Unos be missing that shit. I believe that's a 1-frame link, 2 frame if they're crouching. If when the spiral spear hits, something like that. Oh, I think that's a punish too, right? I'm pretty sure there's enough landing recovery there. You can. It's very picky. I'm being very picky, but like, you know, these are 2 very strong players. Like I'm like there is nothing that's like basic and fundamental except like don't preemptively Brave counter, I guess, that I can talk to John Granblue about, right? Like we're gonna have to be like really picky about like, hey, like, you know, you can punish those, you should punish those. You can't be missing those punishes. It's not the same feedback I give to someone who was like, you know, in like S+ or something, but like, you know, if you catch them just doing, you know, triple Arvest like that and you're not blocking it or they're not far away from you, you know, you gotta. It has 21 frames of recovery, it doesn't do anything, so -9 she does the M and L follow-ups and H follow-ups guaranteed punish and 2H if you crouch and can react to it. Yeah. So it is still, I'm not saying it's not safe, I would say, but
smart and attractive.
Yo, and Rain. Gold brick now, yeah, thanks for the 3 months, man. It's not safe, but it is still, it's just a better version of spot dodge, right? Because like spot dodge, you can also just like smack them if you react to it, but the skill level is so high, all the advice one can give is to clean up small mistakes that are made. Yeah, I mean, obviously, like, first off, he won this 5-1, right? So he played this well, but like, it's just gonna be nitpicks, right? It's gonna be like, the only like big thing is the preemptive Brave countering, right? Like that's like a big mistake, and he only made it once. He only did it once. Honestly, like, in general, yeah, like maybe being a little bit safer with when you Brave counter is like the only like thing you can call like, oh, this is like a big issue. Everything else is like, you know, little minor matchup stuff like, hey, that's minus, you should punish that, or at least like take your turn back on that if you can't punish it, right? Or we kind of talked about it as we went through, right? But yeah, things like, you know, choosing when to BC, not missing punishes, right? Maybe not jumping back in the corner quite so much. Again, you didn't actually get punished for it anytime, but like technically 2H will beat both you just jumping back like that and you jumping back and dive kicking. You could 5U the 2H. Sure, fair enough. Again, Uno has a lot more. Anti-airing Uno is a bit of a scary prospect for sure, right? And that may be why Seika was so hesitant to do it a lot of the time. It's because like 2Hing Uno tends to be a bad idea. It's one of the best things about Uno for sure, is that it's very scary to actually try and anti-air that motherfucker. But I think overall though, maybe a little bit less, you know, chicken blocking, jumping back in the corner and shit like that, right? But yeah, I mean, we kind of went over what the only things that were there as we sort of went through it. But obviously, really well played set. He knows his Zeta too. Like he was mixing in some lows and stuff. This actually does seem like maybe I'm kind of crazy, but kind of off topic, not really. Do you still compete in SF6 or are you switching to Grand Blue? Well, I've not joined. I feel like I'm still just playing ranked in SF6. I haven't really joined too many tournaments or anything. But no, I'm gonna play some more Street Fighter today. I played some Street Fighter yesterday, right? We usually just like the stream as like a 3-part. We do like some Grand Blue at the beginning, we do some Guilty Gear after, we do some SF6 at the end, right? But no, yeah, don't worry, there's gonna be lots of Street Fighter. Lucy still doesn't have hitboxes on Dust Loop? Maybe the Frame Meter mod has them. Possible. To anti-air Uno is to master anti-grabbing for anti-air grabbing, for real? Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, good stuff from John Granblue there, as kind of expected. That is gonna do it for the first little bit of replay review here, I think. We're gonna do one more, probably. Do like another video. This one went a little bit longer than I thought, just because we had two pretty long videos here, and I had a little bit to talk about, but it's fine. We'll do 2 more replays here in the next video. But for now, let me just say goodbye to the VOD watchers. So hi, hello VOD watchers, how's it going? Hope you had a good time with the video. If you did, any kind of likes, subscribes, comments, bells, all that good stuff helps out a lot. You know how it be. I also stream every day from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern, except for Fridays. So come by and hang out. I also have a Discord you're looking at right now. If you want to post replays, just like get some matches, make some friends, whatever you'd like, then I encourage you to join. Just be nice, or I'll shoot you in the head in Minecraft. Most importantly, hope you had a good time hanging out today, as always. I know I sure did. Fun replay reviews for a little bit of different. Always fun to get the master rank ones too, because like it really is. It gets so nitpicky, right? But yeah, having a lot of fun with Granblue. Going to be a lot more coming your way. Until then, I will see you in the next one. Peace.